Hello, friends. It's time for another ski area review. This time I'm doing Winter Park in Colorado. As it's stated on the website, this is the closest major ski area to Denver. Very convenient. So let's take a look here. So here's where it's located on the map. It's a little bit closer than some of the other resorts that you'd go to, and it's off of 70. If you're driving here, let me warn you that this road is not for the, weak of heart if the weather is not good. I mean, when the weather is bad, this is actually would be a treacherous road to drive on. I did drive there, and it was a day when the weather wasn't that particularly perfect, but wasn't horrible either. Not an easy drive, just to let you know. However, the cool thing is that you also have a train that goes there. So that's makes it very accessible. Very, very accessible. So there you go. Amtrak train. It's tickets starting from $9. I have no idea what that means, how expensive they can get, but you can just get there from Denver. Oh, cool. Otherwise, of course, you're going to fly into Denver International Airport and it's a 90-mile drive, which really equates to an hour and a half-ish if there is no issue with I-70. But the good news is that you get off of I-70 pretty quickly. There's also shuttles from the airport. Lots, and this train apparently stops in Fraser. This, I've been on a train from, I wonder if I was on this one. I think I wasn't on this particular one, but I did once go from the east to the west on train. And that was the coolest experience with these double-decker cars. You could just sit and watch the beauty of the country as you drive by. So anyway, this is probably the most convenient of all the ski areas to get to again, because you can actually you have a variety of transportation options to get there. So let's take a look at this trail map. I'm not going to go necessarily to the resort map, but let's see, where's the right here. This is the main village here. There's a little called the Village Cabriolet that's cute from parking to get to the village itself. It's these little buckets that you stand in as and they're it's like a ski lift, except for it's a bucket that you stand in. It's kind of cute. Take you to the main village, and from there, I didn't find it very easy to leave my stuff without having to pay for lockers and stuff. That was one weakness I found over there. It's like, how do you leave your stuff? I know a lot of people like to leave their things in the car. I've never been one. I'd rather take my stuff with me and then change in a nice, comfortable manner. That's me. Everybody's different. They should have learned from the pandemic when people were doing things in their car, including me. So you can do a lot of things here. It has stuff for everyone. It also has the most famous area of all for moguls. As far as I know, might be other ones again. I'm not a big mogul skier, but Mary Jane is known or renowned for being the mogul capital, at least of Colorado, maybe. And remember, oh, you got to do Mary Jane if you're going to do mogul. So this is a mogul, all mogul area. Although it's not everything isn't moguls, because I'll show you we have to get to use Mary Jane to get to where I want to go. When I was there, I went with a group of students from my university. And I was with my son on our vacation. So I spent one day. I didn't spend a lot of time there. I just wanted to meet my students. They stayed at Winter Park the whole time. We went somewhere else, except for that one day. So this Lower Hughes Trail. Now you notice you have blue black, so there are black diamonds within blue squares. So that's an advanced intermediate. I do like when you have that because don't it kind of teaches people what these different levels mean, so they don't just say, "Oh, I'm just going to do a black diamond." Well, some black diamonds are harder than others. But I started by doing this little arrow lift here, slow lift, and just rotated around Lower Hughes. That was fun. That's a nice run, really nice run. If you just want to cruise a bit. And then I also at one point did Upper Hughes as well here, all the way down that. That's a lot of fun. It's a fun run. You take the gondola up. The gondola leaves you right up here, and there's this great lodge with amazing food, places to sit outside when it's sunny. There's nothing like being sunny in Colorado. Absolutely nothing. We warmed up and hung out over here in around where the Olympia Express is. A lot of fun. All these trails here are just great cruisers, have amazing time. Just you can spend your whole time here. That's one of the problems if to seeing to doing a tour of these mountains is that you find something that you love and you just want to cruise there, right? White Rabbit, Jabberwockies, I would say. So, yeah, I can't even remember all these trails. You can just like Cheshire Cat, you can just play around here as much as you want. Just you could just say, "Hey, I'm good. I'm just going to stay here, right? I'm not going to do anything else." But because there's this really, really beautiful long trail called Village Way, all the way from the top, all the way to the bottom, all the way to the bottom. So you can go all the way to the bottom here, right? I mean, you got to do it, right? You got to go, you got to get there. So, well, what we did was we went here. Get back to here's wait, no, that's not it. Where's the top of the gondola? Yeah, the gondola. Super Gauge Express. And here's the gondola, right? So you go from the top of the gondola, hang out there, and then you ski down Mary Jane, ski down Mary Jane. And from Mary Jane, you take one of these lifts to the top here. I think we took Super Gauge Express. And the trip to down Mary Jane isn't Mogul. So this is a regular type cruiser. It's a little steep at the start, but this is big mountain skiing. You're not going to get, flat terrain everywhere. But you get up here and then you take like Edelweiss down or any of these, Columbine, Bluebell, get to the Panoramic Express. And then from the Panoramic Express, now this is just pure beauty. I have a video, I'll link it here when we were up there at the top. And I had some falls, of course. Uh, so you can just play around here. Like I know my son and I, we did some while we're waiting for our friends to arrive because they were sleeping, some probably oversleeping or something, who knows. We went down Forget Me Not or I don't know, Paintbrush, one of these areas here. It's just like big bowl. Again, see, it's high up, no trees. And when everybody arrived, we went down Village Way. But if you look to your right as you're going down here, you can jump into one of these bowls. We jumped into Larkspur. I said, "Come on, we gotta, I can't just go straight. I gotta jump into one of these." He jumped into Larkspur and had some fun. There was a lot of moguls around here, and it was just interesting and fun and beautiful. Took us back down to the outpost, right? Where we just hung out, and then I left my all the young folks together, and then I went down to the bottom for something I can't remember, but it was so gorgeous and so beautiful. It was a sunny day. I loved it. It's one of my favorite trips ever. I've only been there once. It is an Icon Pass, so that's a good thing. And I believe it's one of the resorts where you get unlimited access. You have to check for blackout dates. Some of these Icon Pass mountains have blackout dates. Usually this coming week, the Christmas week is a blackout date. Like the mountain I work at, it's a blackout date for just the regular Icon Pass. I'm not really sure for the more expensive Icon Pass, whether it is or is not. But anyway, this is worth the visit. Just remember that the driving can be a little tough going out there. Let's check ticket prices. I didn't do that, so I wasn't prepped for that. Oh, look at these beautiful videos. Look for ticket prices. So I didn't do that yet. So let's see. Where's winter tickets and passes? All right, cool. We'll do this live. This is live. Day lift ticket. So this is for people who don't plan in advance. It happens. It's happened to me once before where I had to pay some crazy prices. So, well, it's going to be expensive this coming week, right? You go into January, might be a little cheaper. Let's see. Usually, of course, you're going to have to deal with a lot of people then. Yeah, it gets a little cheaper as we move forward. I know Colorado is having some issues right now with they're having some issues right now with snow. Let's see what the prices are for kids. Yeah, a little cheaper. They're having some issues with little snow right now. Here's my secret to skiing out west is if you can, wait till March and April. Lower crowds, better conditions, you get the whole mountain to ski. A lot of snowstorms, Colorado have had tons of storms in March and into April. deep into April, and that's when you get the best stuff. Now you also have some conditions that are a little icier because you get the cold and then it warms up in the early mornings, but you get better conditions overall, I think, if you just wait and just wait. Spend the whole day till things soften up, and then you can do whatever you want to do. So, do I recommend Winter Park? Absolutely. It should be on your bucket list. It wasn't on mine until we planned this one school outing. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so I can bring you more stuff. I think I'm moving to Utah next. That's what we're gonna do, Utah. All right, thank you very much.